As you may be aware, the court delivered the rulings of the court this morning, and I informed my colleagues that I would be writing my consolidated reasons for the rulings that I arrived at in consolidated in the application to amend. Not going to be giving a long interview. I am seated here today to give my ruling, my reasons for the rulings we have made in the presidential election petition, which was withdrawn recently. I instructed my staff to put my ruling here for delivery. The Chief Justice and the other members of the quorum have opted not to be part of this afternoon's proceedings, and I respect their decisions. However, what is of surprise to me is that my file has apparently been confiscated on the orders of the Chief Justice. I am going to proceed in the court building to recover my file, and I'll come back and read my ruling today as scheduled.
File twaliddwa oba nedda kuba ekyo sikimanyi. Mbabuulidde kyogeddwa mulamuzi. Nze kyemmanyi nti nno file tesobola kutwalibwawo. Ekyo kiba kya bujega nnyo. Era suubira nti nno abalamuzi abalala bajega nnyo okutwala file eyo. Bwe baba bagitutte ndowooza kiraze kkooti, kiraze eggwanga lyonna. Nti ndowooza ensonga ezimu abantu baffe ze yayogera ku kkooti eno newankubadde sinza omu ku abo abaazigaziya. It's however important to note that while this court had the authority to allow the applicant petitioner to amend his petition, Rule 19 uses the word may, thereby giving the court discretion to grant or not to grant the application to amend. I will now turn to the issue of whether or not the application should not be allowed, because the proposed amendments would be introducing a new cause of action. The respondents contended that the proposed amendments of the petition, which was introducing the issue as to whether or not Museveni had the necessary qualifications provided for under the Constitution to be elected President of Uganda, was introducing a new cause of action after the expiry of the 15 days limitation period for filing a presidential petition. It is trite that the issue of persons who are eligible to stand for election as president is a matter of law. These qualifications are spelled out in Article 102 of the Constitution and repeated in Section 4 of the Presidential Elections Act. Section 102 provides as follows, and I have quoted the article, you can access it. On the other hand, Article 104 gives the right to an aggrieved candidate to petition the Supreme Court on grounds that the person who was declared as the winner of the elections was not validly elected. That being the case, the cause of action granted to an aggrieved candidate is to bring an action challenging the validity of the election of the successful candidate. I therefore do not agree with the respondents and the majority justices of this court that by the petitioner raising the issue of qualifications of Museveni, the winner of the 2021 election, or lack thereof, he was seeking to introduce a new cause of action. Contrary to the respondents' contentions and the majority of the court's view, I believe that the issue of qualifications of the president is not subject to the 15-day limitations rule. A petitioner or even any other person could have raised this issue before the presidential election was held or even after the elections are completed. In my view, a challenge to the qualifications or disqualifications of a presidential candidate cannot be extinguished on the basis of Article 104. Having been provided for in a separate article, it was my view that the petitioner did not, it is my view that the petitioner did not need to amend his petition. Okisagulya bannayuganda nti ebizibu byadde byatuusibwako oyo gwe twayita mu kkooti ebyalemesa n'omusango guno ogenda mu maaso abantu abasinga badde babyogera kifuula nnenge. Naye kkooti
ono omulamuzi alaze ensi yonna nti omuntu oyinza kubeera nga gwe gubavunaana n'obeera nga bweyambisizza eryanyi. Ayogedde bulungi nti President Museveni yeyambisa poliisi, neyambisa amagye, neyambisa ne ssente be butalina okulaba nti alemesa omusango guno gwa bannayuganda ogenda mu maaso. Ndowooza eyo nsala nnungi nnyo kaakati n'ogenda mu maaso, era tugikkirizaamu y'ensala gye tukkiriza ey'amazima n'obwenkanya, era egenda okuyamba enkola y'amateeka ogenda mu maaso bukaku. Njagala